Hi, I'm Jonathan Fong and welcome to another Facebook Live with Hometalk. Today we are going to be decorating terracotta pots, and I'm going to do it in a really fun way using paint and shaving cream to give it a really cool marbleized look. So I'm in Los Angeles. Let me know where you're watching from, because I love to hear from people from all over the world. So it's a great day in LA, but I'm sure it's nice wherever you are. So let me know where you are. So we're going to start off with some terracotta pots. I'm doing the small ones, but you can use any size you want. And before I marbleize them, I'm going to give it a nice base coat of a color. You can marbleize directly on the clay color, but I think it looks nicer when I give it a nice base coat. And to give it a base coat, I'm using chalky finish paint. I love chalky finish paint because it dries with a really nice matte finish, and also it gets great coverage, so I don't have to do a lot of coats, and you'll see how quickly it covers up. I made a mistake the first time I did this, and I used a glossier paint, and the glossy paint made it hard for the marble paint later on to adhere. So Lynn, my friend, is on the computer going through all the comments, so she's going to let me know where people are calling from. So I am just, I just have a paintbrush here, and I'll show you how nice this covers. And I'm just going around the pot. I chose a nice little pink here. These chalky finish paints come in all colors. Just going around. And you can see when I get to where I started, it's already almost dry, so I can just paint over with my next coat. So what are the comments saying, Lynn?
We have people from all over once again: New Zealand, Dublin, Oregon, the UK.
New Zealand,
yeah.
Dublin, Oregon, the UK. Welcome. Who else?
We have South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Circleville, Ohio.
Circleville, Ohio. Hi.
Hollister, California. Where's that?
Hollister, California. I passed that on the way to when I drive to Northern California.
Awesome.
Hi, Hollister. So I'm just going through here. This is a pretty simple little paint job here. And you'll see this dries really, really fast. So I can start working on it right away. You can choose to paint the bottom. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Actually, sometimes I'll paint the bottom after I've marbleized it to give it a nice finished look. And if you have any questions, just ask. And we get a lot of comments and questions, so forgive us if we can't get through everybody. But I do go back after this and then read everybody's comments. So. Go ahead and ask even if I don't answer it right away. Any questions so far, Lynn?
None so far.
Okay, so here's one. Let me just do one more to show you. So those of you who are just tuning in, my name is Jonathan Fong, and we are marbleizing terracotta clay pots today using paint and shaving cream. And later we'll be giving a giveaway of a Hometalk tote bag, and to enter into that contest, all we need you to do is comment, what have you done with clay pots? Tell us what creative endeavors you've used for clay pots, because they're so fun. They're inexpensive to buy at the store, and they're so fun to play with and do creative things with. So we want to know what you've done with clay pots, and put your comments in the comment section, and we'll pick a winner at the end of our Facebook Live to give away a free Hometalk tote bag, which I totes use all the time.
Can you tell us what kind of paint you're using?
Yes, so the paint that I'm using for this is one of my go-to paints, especially for using for terracotta, this is Americana Decor Chalky Finish Paint. And I love the chalky finish paint because it dries matte. You'll see how it's dried here already? And it dries without any brush marks, and it dries matte. and with just not that many coats. So you can get it at a Home Depot. They sell it at Michael's. Yeah, they sell it pretty much everywhere. And there are different brands of it as well. It's called chalk finish paint or chalky finish paint. So if you have any questions, let us know. And if you like what you're seeing, hit the like button or give us some hearts. We'd love to see those hearts. It makes my heart feel good to see those hearts. Okay. So again, what we're going to be doing with these is I'm going to paint like a marble texture on them right after I've given it a base coat. This is just a base coat that we're giving it. Now, this is a technique that I've used for Easter eggs, and many of you may have used the shaving cream idea for Easter eggs. After this Easter, when I did them, I thought, well, maybe they could be used for, the shaving cream technique could be used for something else. And when it's, now that it's clay pot season, I thought I'd try it with the clay pots, and it works beautifully. I was so excited. Okay, so let's start the marbling process. Any questions from anybody, Lynn?
No, but we have a lot of good. A lot of people have made different things with terracotta pots.
Oh, let's hear what people have.
Gumball machines.
Gumball machines.
Turkeys.
Turkeys. Oh, I think I've done turkeys. Yeah.
A lot of lighthouses. A lot of people.
Oh yes, I made a lighthouse.
Candle holders, angels. Great ideas. Just
angels. That's a great idea too. Wow. So keep those ideas coming of what you've made with terracotta pots, because we want to hear it. And we're going to pick a winner to win a Hometalk tote bag from all the people who comment about what they've done with terracotta pots. So now here's the fun part, okay? Now I'm going to use the shaving cream. This is basically Gillette Foamy Original. And I'm going to spray some on this pan here. You don't need very much. It smells so good. I actually don't use shaving cream in real life because I don't have much of a beard to shave off. So what I'm doing is I'm just spreading it thin along this pan here. You don't need too much. Spreading it around. Have any of you done this with Easter eggs before? If you have, let me know, because you'll know how fun it is to do it with Easter eggs. Any more ideas from people, Lynn?
A baby shower marshmallow topiary.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I know.
A topiary for a baby shower, yeah.
And turtles.
Turtles. Oh, I'd love to see that. I love turtles too. Okay, so I'm just going to, I think maybe put a little bit more here. How fun is that? I want like about a ½ inch worth of shaving cream here. Okay. I'm gonna wipe my hands off here. This is fun and messy, folks. So if you're just tuning in, first of all, I'm Jonathan Fong in LA here. Let us know where you are watching from. And let us know, what you're doing in your part of town and what's the weather like. We are overcast here in LA. It wants to rain. Can you believe that? I thought it's also always supposed to be sunny here. Okay. So I've wiped my fingers, and now I'm going to add some paint. So what the paint that I'm using for this is I have patio paint. This is outdoor patio paint. They sell this right next to the terracotta pots. So it's easy to find, and it's perfect for terracotta pots because this outdoor paint withstands the elements. And it's really, it's like $2 a bottle, and it comes in different colors, and it's really easy to use. So let's see, I'm gonna pick 3 colors to Marbleize with. So I think I'll pick a green. Let me shake it here. And I'm just going to drop it randomly around the shaving cream. They don't have to be perfect drops. So what are people saying, Lynn?
Well, they're still checking in from all over. We have Hawaii, North Carolina.
Hawaii, North Carolina.
Missouri. It's 82 degrees and sunny there.
What? 82 degrees and sunny in Missouri?
Yeah, we're jealous. And we're getting snowman and candy dishes, pumpkins, wind chimes. Everyone's done a lot with their terracotta pots.
It's wonderful, isn't it? Terracotta is just wonderful. Thank you for all those wonderful ideas. Snowmen and wind chimes. I need to make all of those. So this is more of like a golden color that I'll add, or like a tan color I'll add to the green. This is a fun project to do with kids too, because they can play around with this. This is, so fun to do. Okay. Let us know if you have any questions, and let us know if you like it. And share this. If you're watching it on Facebook Live right now, and you like what you're seeing, share it with your friends. Share it on your own Facebook feed. I'm adding a little bit of black here. I think, like marble, when it has a little bit of black, it looks kind of cool. Not like a lot of it, but just like a little hint of it to darken it. So I'm just adding just a few drops of black here and there. Every time you make this, it looks different. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. Okay. So here is my little Jackson Pollock of paint on shaving cream. And if you're just tuning in, you're going, what are they doing? I'm going to be marbleizing clay pots, giving a marble texture using this paint and shaving cream. So I have these random dots here, but now I'm going to make the swirls. I'm going to make the swirls that'll give it the marble look. So I have like a little skewer here. You can use any stick. And I'm going to do vertical swirls and then horizontal. It looks delicious, doesn't it? There we go. See, so that's how it's going to look. And now we can just roll our clay pots over it. So we did the pink ones. I'm going to let these pink ones dry a little bit longer, but they're dry to the touch, but I'll let them dry a little bit longer. And I painted these previously. These are kind of like a grayish blue. So here's where the magic happens. Set it down. Oh, the most important thing, I forgot to put on gloves. If you do it without gloves, you get paint all over your hands, which is fine, but I think it's better to wear the gloves. These are vinyl gloves I got at the art store. I feel like a surgeon. Okay, we're ready. I'm going to set it down and then roll it. Okay. Then lift. And then just set it down for the paint to set a little bit. That easy, right? Let me do another one. Let me do the pink now. And then lift. It looks really delicious, but don't eat it. Any questions for people, Lynn?
There was one. Do you have a do you have a preferred shaving cream brand? Is one better than the other?
Oh, okay. So the question is, great question. Is one shaving cream brand better than the other. No, this is Gillette, but I've also used Barbasol because Barbasol is frequently like a lot cheaper, but I couldn't find any Barbasol right now. But what I do is just get like the regular original. Like they have like special ones for like moisturizing and you know, aloe vera and all that. I don't buy those just because I'm afraid that they'll have other things in there that might resist the paint. So I just get like the original regular shaving cream. Great question. Let me do another gray one here. So just rolling that across. Until it gets all sides, and set it aside. Okay. Now I'm going to do one more tray. Actually, I could do one more little small one here. I'll do it with the pink. Okay, set that aside. And let me do one more tray, and I'll do the larger pots that I have. So for those of you tuning in, you got to watch this again. I'm spraying shaving cream all over this tray. And then I'm going to spread it by hand. So, any other responses? We're giving away a Hometalk tote bag, and the question we're having people answer to win it is, what have you made with clay pots? And we'll pick a winner at the end. So, what have you made with clay pots? We've heard a lot of wonderful ideas so far. I love the creativity on this Facebook group. I love watching other people's Facebook Lives to see what they do too here. Okay. That's good for that. So, what are the comments out there, Lynn?
Well, we have people have made more bell chimes, lots of lighthouses again. Grave markers for their animals.
Grave markers for their animals, how interesting.
A toad house.
A toad house, how cute would that be?
Yeah, bird feeders.
Oh, bird feeders, yeah.
Yeah, lots of great stuff.
What creativity. Okay, let me put these, let me get a fresh one. And now I'm going to add the paint to it. I think I'll add different colors this time, just to change it up.
And what kind of paint is that you're using with the shaving cream now?
Yes, now this paint is outdoor patio paint. And it's sold next to the terracotta pots, so you know that they're appropriate for terracotta pots. They're great because they withstand the elements. And they're regular acrylic paint, but they're good for outdoors, and they're not going to fade. So this time I'm going to try some purple. And I'm just adding purple right on top of the shaving cream. Just putting some dots here. And like I said, I've done this technique with Easter eggs, and some of you may have done this with Easter eggs.
A lot of people have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of makes you think, like, what else can I do this technique on? Let's see. Let me I'll give this a little tan here. It's hard to see this tan color here on top of the white shaving cream, but it'll show up on the pot. In fact, I've used white paint as well on this. You don't see it at all in the shaving cream, but then it does show up on the pots. and I'll do this gold again. It's so nice. So if you like what you're seeing, give us some hearts, share it on your Facebook wall. And if you have any questions or comments, just put them down. We may not get to them, all of them right now because we get so many, but I go back and read them when this is over. Okay, so here it is with just the splatter, and now I'm going to swirl them to make the marble pattern. This is like cake decorating. What kind of comments are we getting, Lynn?
Lots of bird feeders. There's a question. Can you add glitter?
Oh, so the question is, can you add glitter? Yes. I wouldn't add glitter until this is done, though, because as you'll see, I'm taking off a lot of the shaving cream. Actually, I'll be taking all the shaving cream, so then all the glitter that's on there may get lost. But you could sprinkle some on the end, but that's a great idea because we love glitter. I love glitter. You could try some glitter here, I guess, but just realize that some of it is going to be coming off. Okay, I have bigger pots now. I have these two larger ones. You can use bigger and bigger pots, but as you can notice, the bigger pot you'll need, the bigger pan you'll need for it to go across. So I have this black one here. Set it down. And then this blue one. And for those of you just tuning in, let us know where you are watching from. I'm in LA, and we are making marbleized terracotta pots with shaving cream. So let's put this aside. Okay, so these look really beautiful like this, but realize that what you're seeing here is not how it's going to look when it's over, because what happened is there is a layer of paint that's touching the pot, and then there's shaving cream, and then there's paint on top of that. So you're seeing like the third layer, which is the paint on top of that. We need to remove these top layers to get to the bottom layer where the paint actually is that's on the pot. So I'm going to do that by blotting off the excess shaving cream. Okay, to do that, I'm just going to keep rolling it to remove the shaving cream. And I'm doing this instead of rubbing it off because I don't want to rub too much of the paint off. And then I'm constantly using a fresh piece of towel because I don't want to get, see how there's paint here now? I don't want to put that back on here and get it messy. So it just takes a little bit of patience to blot off all of this paint. It's fun to it's kind of like an architectural dig to see what the layer looks like underneath. What kind of comments do we have here? Questions?
We still have people checking in from Texas, Idaho, Georgia, Florida. Anita in Washington loves your hair.
Anita in Washington, thank you for loving my hair. It takes a lot of work to look this blonde. Thank you.
Someone wanted to know, can you use unpainted pots?
Yes. So the question was, can you use unpainted pots? And definitely, this works fine just on the regular clay. I just took a cue from the Easter eggs that I did. That I dyed the Easter eggs a base color first before I did the marbling on them. But certainly, you don't have to do that because this paint will obviously just stay put on regular clay. Thank you for that question. That's a good question. Because you may prefer the clay. See how cool that's looking now.
People are also wondering if you could let it dry a little longer and then rinse it off instead of rubbing it.
Okay, I'm so glad you asked that question. We got the question is, can we just leave it on longer and then rinse it off? Okay, I have tried that. Okay, and it works and kind of doesn't. The problem with leaving it on is that the shaving cream. So I'll show you the shaving cream. Oh, okay. Let me show you this finished one. How pretty that is. I love when those colors mix like that. Okay. So the problem with letting it dry and then letting the shaving cream kind of dissolve almost, and then rinsing it off is, see, there's a lot of shaving cream here, and then the shaving cream, as it dries, it kind of adheres to the paint that's the bottom layer of paint that's rubbed up against the clay pot. So when I rinse it off, it takes a lot of that paint with it. It doesn't take all of it, so you do get a cleaner look when you rinse it off, but a lot of the paint does come off because the shaving cream kind of rips it off when you rinse off the dried shaving cream. Because the shaving cream, if only it just kind of disappeared into the air, but it dries onto it, and it kind of almost acts like a glue with it. So that's why I don't. I have an example here of one. This actually I did where I rinsed it off. So you can see it wasn't bad, but it did take off some of it, but it wasn't bad. So you could try it. Because I certainly tried it, and sometimes I liked the results and sometimes I didn't. I kept this one. Some of the other ones where it ripped off too much of the paint, I just painted over them and started from scratch. But this one, for some reason, worked out okay. So thank you for that great question, because I've tried that technique and it works sometimes, but not all the time. If you have any other questions like that, please shoot them this way. And even when I let it dry just a little bit here, it's kind of a dry room here, and it's drying a little bit more. The shaving cream, when it comes off, it actually takes off some of the paint too. Any other questions?
Well, I think we may be getting to it, but they want to know if you need to put a protective coat of something afterwards to seal it. Oh, that's a good question too. So the question was, do we need a protective coating on top of this? You don't necessarily need the protective coating because this is outdoor paint. However, I do recommend, because I like it, is wax. Just not candle wax, but like the wax, like the furniture wax type of stuff. It's just kind of like a wax finish that you can put on it because it doesn't have any color, but it seals it. Because terracotta is so, it drinks in the water so much. So I like to have a little bit of layer of protection on it. It's amazing how each of these looks so different. And some of them I like, and some of them are like, what did I do there? Such
such intelligent questions we're getting today, huh? You can tell that we've got creative people out there who've tried different things. Okay, let me show you this here. Yeah, I just love how there's that random black is in there. Let's do another one here. So we are, for those just tuning in, we are decorating clay pots with shaving cream and paint to make them look marbleized. And we're giving away a Hometalk tote bag at the end. So let us know what you've made with clay pots. And this is the same method I use for decorating Easter eggs. And also, if you haven't told us yet, tell us where you're tuning in from and what the weather's like there, so we can get nice and jealous of you. And here's a question. Do you call these terracotta pots or clay pots? Is there a difference? Is there a correct thing to say? I don't know. I kind of use them interchangeably. But if any of you know what the true name of these should be, please chime in, whether these are terracotta pots or clay pots. And even more, are these terracotta planters or clay planters? I'm interested to see what people say about that. Okay. There's another marbleized pot. Let me do this big one so you can see how the big one looks. Because these were a different color. These had the purple in them. So is there an answer to the terracotta versus clay?
It's basically split. We're getting a lot of clay and a lot of terracotta,
So far we're split, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't help me.
No.
No, that's interesting. Maybe it's a regional thing too.
It might be.
I always called them terracotta, I think. Now remember, the base coat of this one was black, so all the color we're seeing on top of it is on top of black. It'd be nice if somebody from the Terracotta or Clay Pot Association were watching and could tell us really what the true name of these is.
Well, someone said terracotta means baked earth, so...
Okay, terracotta means baked earth.
And then someone said it's clay-based with terracotta color, so...
Oh. So it could be clay-based with terracotta color. Interesting.
Someone does agree that it might be regional.
I really like how this looks on the black, huh? Mm. And also, if you have a napkin that has a texture on it, this doesn't have much of a texture, but sometimes paper towels have this texture on it. And when you blot it with the paper towels, that texture kind of gets transferred on the paint as well. So that's another cool look, if you want that. If you don't want the texture, then get paper towels that don't have a texture on it.
They're really liking the black one.
Yeah, I really like how that looks. You don't expect that from it, but it looks really great. Now, the inside has paint on it now. It doesn't really matter because you'll probably be covering it with something. But sometimes when I'm just really persnickety, I like to paint the insides like black again or whatever color again, just to cover up all the stuff on the inside. But that's really, I love that. That looks really like fun marble. Or it looks like the galactic or something. Let's do this with this color here. Any interesting comments or questions there, Lynn?
No, they were really digging the black one. Still getting, someone makes a minion out of their planters.
You make a minion out of these planters? I love it.
Centerpieces on wedding tables. I mean,
this is great. Using clay pots for centerpieces for a wedding is a great idea because they can be so expensive. I don't know how this is going to look. I'm not expecting great things from this one for some reason. Another thing you can do also is sometimes what I've done is, like, if I haven't liked the pattern, I'll just do it again, and I'll put another pattern on top of the pattern. You get dimensional marble. Yeah, I'm not sure about these colors on this one. It's okay. Actually, it's okay. I love when the paint mixes a little bit and you get like the layers and the swirls there. That's okay. We like the black one more. Everybody likes the black one more. I have one more. I might as well just do that last one so that people who are just tuning in can get a chance to watch another unveiling of the marble. So if you missed it, this was shaving cream and paint that was swirled, and then we dipped the clay pot in it. So I'm going to remove shaving cream. Any more resolution to clay pot versus terracotta?
No, I think we're just split on that.
Okay. So there's no right or wrong answer to that. How are we doing on time?
It's 20 up.
Okay. So before we go on, I just want make sure everybody who wants to win a Hometalk tote bag gets their answers in on what you've made with clay pots, because I'm going to do my final step now. Okay, so there's the pink one. This is okay. But let me show you some of the other ones that I've done in different colors. Now that I have your rapt attention. Okay, let's see. Oh, here was kind of like a tan golden. This was kind of fun. And here's a small version of it. It was very Palm Springs, whatever that means. And oh, here was on white. I did it on white with gray and black for like a white marble. And here's more. This is like a black marble on blue, and here was just like a white, black and white marble on this. And here it was on green pastel, and then red and blue swirls. Red, blue, and purple swirls. I really like this. This was kind of like a bluish gray background, and look at this. Look at those swirls. Those are just gorgeous. It was green and tan and black. Look, like the outline of the black just on the edge there. Oh, so cool. Like real marble. And then this was pink with purple and green and more pink on it. So really, whatever colors you want. Okay. So what can you do with this? So the most basic thing I've done is just display them on their own, and just putting some moss in them, and you can use these as centerpieces or decor around the house. Just putting some moss or putting some succulents. What I've done is I've created like a little centerpiece, not a centerpiece, a wreath with. This is a grapevine wreath I got at Michael's for $5, and if you've never made a clay pot wreath, they're really fun and easy to do. You just get some wire, and I'll just put 3 of them on for you to show you how it works. I mean, once you did these marbleized pots, what would you do with them? Let me know how you would decorate with them. I've been really curious because it's such a great look, but it kind of like sets it apart from regular clay pots. So I'm interested to see what you would do with them. So what I've done, how I'm connecting this is, I got some paddle wire here, and I'm just putting that through the hole. And then after I put it through the hole, I just tie it around the wreath and twist tie it. And I'll cut off any extra there. So there's one, and then we'll do another one. What are people saying out there, Lynn?
Well, Hometalk picked a winner.
Oh, Hometalk picked a winner.
So
excellent.
Kim Dutton won the tote. I don't know what her response was. We'll have to go back through.
Okay, so Kim Dutton, congratulations, you won the tote. I'm sure it was a fabulous answer. Thank you for everybody for responding and commenting, though. I really appreciate it. When I'm here, like in cyberspace, talking to you, I don't know who's out there, so it's so nice for me when people comment and say hello from wherever you are, because you can get lonely here. And then I'm going to put a big one down here. I'll use this one. Sometimes when I've done these terracotta pot wreaths, I've put them everywhere, but I'm just going to do 3 of them. Pretty easy, huh? And I'll cut off the excess later. Let's see how that is. And then I'll just fill these in with moss. And you can even put a succulent in there. Let's see, do I have a succulent? Oh yeah, I have a succulent here. So you could put a succulent in here and hang it. So it's a beautiful way to show off your marbleized pots. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this Facebook Live and got some inspiration from it. I had so much fun showing you this technique and sharing it with you, and I enjoyed chatting with you all virtually. I'll go back and read all the comments, but thank you so much. And I want to thank Hometalk for having me. There's going to be another Facebook Live and Hometalk very soon at 7 Eastern, so stay tuned for that. And be sure to hit the subscribe at the end of this video so that you'll always know when another Facebook Live is coming from Hometalk. And just keep having fun and being creative, because creativity is what makes this world go around. Thank you so much. Bye.